And good morning, and thank you for tuning in to sharing your story. This morning, we're going to have a good time with Earl Claitt. Earl is a left BKA, and graciously, he has chosen to step up and share his story. How you doing this morning, Earl?
I'm doing very good, Doug, and thanks for having me on your show.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for being here. So let's just kick it off here and tell us a little bit about what happened. Share your story with us.
Well, actually, Doug, I was diagnosed with diabetes back in the mid 90s. And I really didn't take diabetes serious. And I created a ulcer on the bottom of my toe. Now, from the mid 90s until 2015 is when 2014, I had ulcer on my toe, and the left toe got infected. I had them on both toes of my big toes, and the left one got infected. Now, there wasn't really no warning per se in terms of me planning on this amputation. Uh, when I woke up and changed my bandage that morning, my toenail came off, and I was concerned, and I was like, okay, well, I wrapped it back up, went to work, and after work, I said, I better go to the emergency room. So I went to the emergency room, and they ran a lot of tests. And I guess I was at the emergency room from 7:30 that evening until 3 o'clock. The doctor came in and said he had to amputate 2 toes. Well, I was basically, it's okay, cut what you need to cut, because he explained the severity and everything. I said, well, if it's going to save my life, cut what you want.
Easy decision, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that wasn't hard at all. So I was like, okay. So we went into surgery, and well, I always say this is my inside joke to myself. I should have never said that, because when I woke up, my foot was gone.
Oh, wow.
So they had to amputate right above the ankle. And about 7 days later, they went in and did another surgery and removed another 3 inches. And a week later from there, they went in and removed another 4 inches. So, and then they was like, okay, well, we all covered up and we got all the bacteria. You're good. We sewed you up. We don't have to do no more surgeries. I said, fine. And that's basically how the amputation came about.
Wow. Okay. What about challenges? Once you became an amputee, or any challenges you faced or conquered, or
well,
early on, what was life like?
Doug, when I was amputated, it didn't bother me. Okay, I never got depressed. It was just okay. I got to make an adjustment in life. So, in terms of the challenges, were my physical therapist kind of pretty much worked me to death, which was okay. I was like, okay, I got to go through all of this. But that was fine, because I knew they were preparing me to get a prosthesis.
Right.
And so there wasn't, I shouldn't say there weren't any challenges, because I know there's challenges and everybody is different. But my mindset was, well, eventually I'll get a prosthesis. I'm going to be okay. But I did spend a month in intensive care after the surgery because of the diabetes. Had to get under control. And just like I say, I never took it serious, Doug. I knew I had diabetes. Right. I just pretty much, it was fine. I mean, I was good with it. I was on insulin at first. I didn't have insurance. I couldn't afford the insulin. So I played a lot of baseball and golf. So I was always active.
Yeah.
And so I just never, like I said, never took it serious. Um, I bought a motorcycle, then I stopped playing baseball, stopped playing golf, and that's when the diabetes caught up with me because I wasn't doing as much exercise or working out like I used to.
Right. Yeah.
So, but I knew that it was my fault. I couldn't blame no one, and I dealt with the amputation. I'm dealing with my diabetes. My diabetes is fine at this point in time.
Good.
I'm not the best model diabetic in the world, but I'm definitely not the worst. Let's put it
Right.
that way.
But how are things going now? Do you have any goals that you're set, or any plans for the future, or what's going on in your life?
Well, going through physical therapy, I looked at all the amputees there, and when I was in a hospital, I didn't get any help. And I said, once I conquer this physical therapy and get my prosthesis, my main goal was to help people, help other amputees. That was one of the things I said, you know what, I'm going to start an organization. I'm going to go ahead because I'm like, wow, I didn't get any help. And, I'm not as unfortunate as other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So um, I just decided to help people, start a foundation to help other amputees and people with adaptive living to, get by in life, because it's not the end of the world.
Right.
I
Right.
love life, and, I'm not going to give up. I'm not one to give up at all.
Right. How do people get in touch with you as far as your foundation goes? Is there?
Well, they can go on my website. It's adaptivelifefoundation.org.
Okay.
And basically, what we're doing, I've connected people. As a matter of fact, 5 people that didn't have insurance, they got prosthesis and they didn't have to pay any money. And one of them was thanks for your help, Doug, actually, on the first one I did. And then I'm continuing to help people that don't have insurance to get a prosthesis, because they're expensive, as we all know,
Mm-hmm.
and but that changed those people's lives, and I'm just so happy to do that.
Right.
Now my the foundation evolved from amputation to adaptive living. So anybody that has any form of adaptive living, we're talking diabetes, we're talking multiple sclerosis, hearing impaired, whatever it is, if I can help, we're going to help as an organization, as a foundation.
That's great. That's great. Well, we got just a couple of minutes to wrap up here.
Yes,
What
sir.
kind of golden nuggets would you share? Words of wisdom, something to the new amputee that's coming into this and it's like going, oh, what do I do? How do I answer?
Okay. New amputees, the first thing you need to do is accept the fact that you're an amputee. And
That's big.
I think acceptance is so important, because that's how you're going to get your journey to move forward. And do not get depressed. Love life. Love life.
Every day, right? Yeah.
Exactly. When I wake up in the morning, I am grateful
Right.
that I can able to move around and do what I want to do. Everything's a little slower, but I got back into golf, and next summer I think if COVID allows, I
Right.
think I'm going to get back to playing baseball. And so it's just, don't get depressed. You keep moving forward. Now, it's not an overnight thing. It's a process, but it's a wonderful process. Kind of a long journey, but it's a good long journey. And I'm not talking a long journey for 2 or 3 years. I'm talking, within 6, 7 months, 8 months to a year,
Right.
you're going to be walking and doing things. You're going to be like, wow.
Yeah. Great. That's great. Good. Thank you so much for doing this. I think that you put in a lot of golden nuggets that people are really going to be able to take with them and then apply it to their lives. I appreciate you sharing your time this morning, Earl.
My pleasure. And thank you for letting me have an opportunity to speak to our new amputee family. And we're all family now. So just when you amputate it, keep it moving and get in touch with your support groups. Definitely do your support groups.
Right. Yeah.
You'd be surprised. I waited a year before I went to my first support group.
Yeah.
And I was mad at myself behind that. So get some support. You keep moving forward, and God bless.
Good advice. Good advice. Thank you very much, Earl. If you
You're
would
welcome.
like
Thank you.
to share your story, we would love to hear from you. Reach out to us on Abled Amputees on Facebook or at abledamputees.org and send us a note through the contact form. Thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, life is not over. It's just different. Thanks.
Love life, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Earl. Thank you.